I'm not sure why, but I seem to have an attraction to flawed games. Maybe not flawed exactly, but games that have a polarizing element. This was demonstrated best with The Crew 2. I spent so many hours fiddling about with the various settings and options in that game in an attempt to improve the handling. And I wasn't alone, the subreddit and forum are often filled with similar questions and opinions. But why spend the time in the first place when you could just as easily load up, say, Forza Horizon and enjoy a polished handling model? And the answer to that is the Crew 2's map. The reason you tolerate the handling and lower quality graphics is because you're then rewarded with a map that's so expansive it makes Horizon feel claustrophobic. And Project Cars 2 appears to share in this polarization. There have been countless videos and posts made about force feedback settings in Project Cars, with equal measure of dissonance. The proponents versus the staunch critics battle rages on to this day, and I have to say, both sides are correct. Which is why I found myself once again pouring hours into fine-tuning settings to get the game feeling right. But despite appearances, I don't do this for fun. I do it because I see potential. And just like the Crew's map, Project Cars 2 has its own treasure. The reward you receive is an immensely detailed and expansive sim, which are few and far between on console. We're talking rear brake duct adjustment, dynamic puddles, and even the ability to specify the exact date a race takes place on. This isn't arbitrary either, as the date you choose will dictate the ambient temperature, which in turn will affect the track conditions, which will then determine your choice of tyres. The level of detail isn't restricted to on-track action either. Project Cars 2 has the best HUD customization. Not only can you select and reposition each element anywhere on the screen, but they also went a step further by offering a full or minimal version of each, resulting in endless combinations and adjustments that is unrivaled by anything. Add to this the fact you're responsible for your windscreen wipers, headlights, and even driving yourself down the pit lane, and you'll realize how much freedom the game allows you, especially for console players familiar with the confines of Forza Motorsport. And just like iRacing, Project Cars isn't holding your hand. Once you leave the security of the garage, you're on your own. You are responsible for your actions, which is as freeing as it is rewardable. This all sounds trivial, but when you're lined up on the pitch-black starting grid of a multi-class endurance race, the gravity of the situation is well and truly communicated. Now listen, it's not all sunshine and roses. Getting the settings right may take a week, and there are noticeable performance issues on a standard Xbox One. Plus, the game has been out for several years with no recent updates, leading to a slim player base. But I'm not here to convince the steadfast veteran sim racer to disown their game of choice. Instead, I'm trying to reach out to anybody who is thinking about or just started in the sim world. For those people, I think Project Cars 2 is a great place to start. The physics are informative and offer an insight into the feel of some of the more hardcore sim options. And the wide variety of cars offers a great introduction to a host of disciplines that may help you understand what type of racing you want to focus on in the future. But above all, I just wanted to share my positive experience. Polarizing it may be, but if you're willing to invest a little time and effort, there's so much to enjoy. And if we consider iRacing as the final destination for most sim racers, then Project Cars is a great stepping stone on that journey.